Good evening. I'm Roger, and welcome to NFL Trending. Tonight, we focus on a defining moment for one of the most talked about young quarterbacks in football. Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski has sent a clear, unmistakable message to Shedeur Sanders about his NFL future, and it may determine how this chapter of Sanders' career ultimately unfolds. Shedeur Sanders arrived in Cleveland with a spotlight few rookies ever experience. A star at Colorado, the son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, and a quarterback who thrived under pressure in college, Sanders entered the NFL with confidence, swagger, and high expectations. But the professional game has a way of stripping away hype and demanding patience, discipline, and growth above all else. Kevin Stefanski's message to Sanders is not loud, not dramatic, and not delivered through headlines. Instead, it's firm, calculated, and rooted in the Browns' long-standing philosophy. The message is simple: earn everything, say less, develop daily, and let performance, not personality, define your career in Cleveland. Since arriving with the Browns, Sanders has been placed in a quarterback room that emphasizes competition and accountability. Stefanski has repeatedly stressed that no role is guaranteed, no depth chart position is permanent, and no player, regardless of name or background, is above the process. For Sanders, that reality has come quickly. While some expected immediate opportunities or a fast track to meaningful snaps, Stefanski has instead made it clear that Sanders' path will be a gradual one. The Browns' coaching staff wants him to master the playbook, adjust to NFL speed, and show consistency in practice before any expanded role is considered. That approach reflects Stefanski's belief that quarterbacks are built, not rushed. The clarity of Stefanski's stance became evident through his recent comments to the media. Without singling Sanders out by name in every instance, the head coach emphasized that young quarterbacks must focus on growth, preparation, and team culture. He spoke about blocking out outside noise, handling criticism internally, and understanding that development is rarely linear. For Shedeur Sanders, those words carry weight. Over the past several weeks, Sanders has been at the center of debate, not just for his on-field work, but for how he handles attention. Stefanski's message signals that the Browns are watching everything: practice habits, body language, interactions with teammates, and responses to adversity. One thing Stefanski has made clear is that talent alone will not earn Sanders a future in Cleveland. The Browns' offense is built on precision, timing, and trust. Quarterbacks must command the huddle, process information quickly, and protect the football. Stefanski values decision-making and composure as much as arm strength or mobility. Insiders close to the team suggest that Stefanski views Sanders as a developmental asset, someone with upside, but also someone who needs time. The Browns are not interested in forcing a narrative or accelerating a timeline just to satisfy outside expectations. They want Sanders to prove, day after day, that he belongs. This philosophy reflects Stefanski's broader leadership style. Throughout his tenure in Cleveland, he has consistently favored players who stay quiet, work hard, and contribute within the system. Flashy personalities are not discouraged, but they must be backed by reliability and production. In that sense, Stefanski's message to Sanders is not personal, it's consistent. The head coach has also made it clear that how Sanders handles adversity now will shape how the organization views him long-term. Every quarterback faces moments of frustration early in their career. The difference between those who last and those who fade often comes down to response. Stefanski wants to see maturity, resilience, and adaptability. Sanders has begun to show signs of understanding that message. In recent media appearances, he's toned down his responses, emphasized positivity, and spoken more about learning than about proving. That shift hasn't gone unnoticed inside the Browns building. Coaches value players who listen and adjust. Still, the road ahead remains challenging. Cleveland's quarterback room is competitive, and opportunities can be fleeting. Stefanski has not promised Sanders a specific role, nor has he closed the door on one. Instead, he's left the future open, contingent entirely on performance and professionalism. That uncertainty may frustrate some, but it's also an opportunity. Stefanski's message suggests that if Sanders commits fully to the process, stays patient, and maximizes every rep, his chances will come. Injuries, performance swings, and the unpredictability of an NFL season often create unexpected openings. At the same time, Stefanski's stance also serves as a warning. If Sanders allows distractions, frustration, or external pressure to affect his focus, the Browns will not hesitate to move forward without him. The NFL is unforgiving, especially for quarterbacks who fail to adapt. This moment is about more than depth charts. It's about identity. Stefanski is challenging Sanders to redefine himself, not as a college star or a famous name, but as a professional quarterback willing to grind for his place. That transition is often the hardest part of the journey. For Browns fans, the situation is a reminder of how carefully the organization is handling its future. Rather than chasing headlines, Cleveland is prioritizing stability and culture. Stefanski believes that approach gives the team its best chance to win, now and in the years ahead. As the season progresses, all eyes will remain on Sanders. Every practice rep, every preseason snap, and every sideline interaction will be analyzed. But Stefanski has already laid down the foundation. The message has been delivered clearly and consistently. Shedeur Sanders' NFL career with the Browns will not be defined by words, reactions, or expectations. It will be defined by preparation, growth, and execution. That is Kevin Stefanski's message, and it's one that could ultimately save or sink Sanders' future in Cleveland. Whether Sanders rises to that challenge remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the Browns have drawn a line, and the path forward is unmistakable. That's the latest on Shedeur Sanders, and the message from Kevin Stefanski. We'll continue to follow every development right here on NFL Trending. I'm Roger. Thanks for watching.